Vince Russo, was your first a real meeting with WWF head honchos? I'm assuming it was it Vince McMahon or was it Vince Russo, in fact?
No, actually, trying to think. I mean, everything went through Vince because he was the head honcho, like you said. I just, from what I remember, I don't think I actually, and Vince Russo, yeah, I would consult with him and backstage and whatnot, but I think it was like the agents that were assigned to the match that would go over specifics in the match. And creatively, if I had questions or whatever, I could talk to Vince Russo. But I don't think my storyline or my character at the time really required a whole lot of time, honestly, because it was pretty basic and simple and quite frankly, kind of stupid. Looking back, I mean, it was kind of a goofy character, goofy gimmick, a couple of them that I played. But I think it was just really the agent at the time that was assigned because they're getting the direct word from, I guess, Vince Russo or coming from Vince McMahon. So that's all I can really say about from what I remember of that.
With Vince Russo, are you with him WCW? He brought you in after you left WWF in 1999. We're both Jim Cornette guys, as we've said before, but Vince Russo, are you a Vince Russo guy as well? Because he also, did stick with you, and he really, he did pretty right by you, I think, in WCW as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Because when that thing happened with the whole tape recorder incident with WWE, I was, man, for a couple of months, I was very concerned about because there was no viable company really to go to but WCW at the time. And so, it's a small community, people talk, and but it was Vince Russo. I knew I had a shot because I knew that I believe he liked me and saw my talent and wanted to give me that opportunity because him and Ed Ferrara, I think Ed went over to WCW as well, worked with Vince Russo, and those are the guys that came up with the Meat character. But I knew I had a chance or a shot, I believe, with them being in the office. And so I think I heard the story. It was Terry Taylor who actually I stayed in touch with or something, and he put the word in for me, that I was available, and everyone had heard what happened, so they wanted to know the real story, and they got to talking to me, and I explained the story 1,000 times. And so they gave me a shot by having me come over to the WCW power plant. And that's where I met the likes of Sean O'Hare, Mark Jindrak, Chuck Palumbo, Mike Sanders, Alan Funk, a few of the other guys, a guy named Reno, and Johnny the Bull. And so, I think they were just kind of testing me out to see. I felt in some ways I had been in the business for about 1.5 years at that point, including training. So I had still been, very new to the business. I think they were just saying, let's just see how he is. Let's test him out. So I was doing the Hindu squats and the workouts and all that for a couple of weeks with those guys. And I think they took a liking to me and kind of took me in because they believed my story. They believed in me. And I had more experience than them coming in. So I think they were able to pull from some of my experience too. So it was a good fit, and then Paul Orndorff was there, Mr. Wonderful, God rest his soul. But I was a huge Mr. Wonderful fan growing up. And he took a liking to me as well. So, I just busted my ass in the power plant and essentially started all over again. And so they finally said, hey, yeah, let's do business. So I was in business again. And I was so grateful, man. So thankful to have that opportunity, especially with what had happened, and knowing in my heart, I meant no wrongful intent whatsoever with that, and it got me fired from my dream job. But to have that second chance, man, was just, I'll always be so grateful for it. And, at WCW, I ended up making more money, getting more TV time, won the World WCW Tag Team Championships 3 times, had way more fun, travel the world. And, WWE is the only company I ever wanted to work for, but it's ironic how that worked out where I end up being treated differently and better really with WCW. I wish I would have had that same treatment with WWE because that's ultimately that's the only place I ever wanted to be.